sit down. You sit down. I got some terrible news for you.
I am sitting.
Oh, well then brace yourself. Regina and her husband are coming to town.
Oh. Really, when?
Today. I got the wire at the office. May I please come in?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Perhaps this is a friend of Mr. Jim. Shall I prepare a dinner?
That's right. You've never met Regina, have you, Frau Gerber? Well, Regina happens to be my sister.
Oh, then I shall prepare a guest room.
No, no, I think they prefer to stay at a hotel in town.
She's very rich, and she's from New York, and she's been married 5 times. Yeah. She gave George to Jim. She gave George to Jim when she got married the last time. He doesn't seem very happy about having his mother arriving, does he?
Oh, come on, Walter. Regina may not be... Oh, hello. Yes, this is Jim Hunter. Oh, hi, Stephen. Yeah, I'd like to reserve one of your suites for a Count and Countess Courteuse. Oh, sometime today. Right, thank you.
I wonder what she wants.
She doesn't necessarily have to want anything. Maybe she just wants to see me or George.
Oh. Well, you do all the talking because I can't stand that dinky little husband of hers.
Oh, come on now, Walter. Look, you can think what you want about Regina and her husband, but after all, she is my sister.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, there she is. Regina, it's good to see you.
Oh, let me have a look at you. Handsomer than ever.
Well, you're looking as lovely as ever.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. Oh, I see you brought Harold along.
It's Walter.
Oh, sorry. You haven't met my husband yet.
Well, sure I have. Once I met him in Paris. And...
No. This husband. He's wild. Harry, come along, my love. James, this is Harry Tucker. Harry Tucker, this is James, my brother.
Like to shake your hand, James boy, but your sister's got me bore down like the family mule.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Harry. Oh, by the way, I booked a suite for you at a very nice hotel.
Oh, don't you want your sister staying with you?
Oh, come on, sugar. Maybe they haven't got enough room. After all, there's only 2 of us, but there's all that luggage back there.
James, you didn't answer my question. Why don't you want your sister staying with you after all this time? Well, she can be with George.
Walter, would you call Frau Gerber and have her fix up the guest room?
Sure will.
Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, where's George?
That's a good question. He was here a minute ago.
You don't know where he is? Is that the way you take care of my baby? I entrusted him to your care, and look what happens.
Well, I tell you, she's done nothing but dog George since we got married. I'd like to meet the little feller.
George? 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 George?
George! Oh, Georgie, baby! Georgie, baby! Oh, what have they done to you? Oh, James, really, look at his coat. And how did he get all that wet? Oh, my goodness, and his nails.
Look, Regina, he's a Saint Bernard, and he loves to get into water, and will you stop worrying about him?
He's right, sugar. I've seen animals smaller than that pulling a plow.
A lot of tourists today.
No, this is all her stuff.
Except for that 2-suiter back there, and that's mine.
Really, look at his coat. As soon as he get home, you get a nice warm bubble bath, huh?
You folks have sure got a heap of mountains around here.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, this is a lovely place. Thank you, James.
Well, I think you like the fondue here.
George could have some. Harry's much too fat.
Oh, well, how about that?
4, please. Thank you.
Hi, Lillian. She means 3 and George.
Sure does beat Sullivan's Diner in Tulsa, doesn't it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, James,
I really had a few bad months. I was seriously considering entering a convent. But then, I met Harry.
Jim, I can tell you, one of the great days of my life. Even greater than the first time I had a gusher come in. Love you.
Well, James, this is it. This is my man. The rest of our lives.
Well, that's just wonderful. Wonderful. Would you care for some more?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm on a diet. And Harry has had enough. But George might like some.
Harry, I'll get you another fork. Now, Fraulein.
But why? It's only George.
Oh, come on. I've had enough anyway, Jim. Really. Thank you. I must say, I certainly envy you fellas with all this lovely, lovely air that you got around here. This mountain air is just marvelous. We have pretty good air in Oklahoma. But you know, every now and then that smell comes up from a refinery. It's a little difficult, I'll tell you.
Not while George is in the room.
Regina, George weighs 250 pounds. He's not exactly a chihuahua.
Just the same. He has his allergies. I always ask my guests in New York to be considerate.
He is not in your apartment in New York now. The dog is here.
Don't say dog. Sounds so impersonal.
That's just the point. He is a dog. Now, we all love him. But after all, treating him like a helpless child is absolutely ridiculous. Now, cut it out and behave yourself, will you?
Oh, come on, you two, settle down now. I didn't want you to come here to argue about the dog. It's okay. I smoke too much anyway, really.
Thank you, love. I know what you're trying to say, James. But think of me. Let me be a silly woman about George. I haven't seen him for such a long time. There you are.
Ain't she something? Yeah, see? She sure is, huh?
Don't snore, darling. Come on. No, don't.
This is very funny. Are you comfortable, George? All right, come on, big fella. Out.
No. There's plenty of room for the three of us.
There's what?
There's plenty of room for the three of us. George is sleeping quite soundly.
Regina, I love you, but there's going to be no dog sleep between me and my wife.
Why not?
I'm not going to get ugly about this, but it's the way I feel, and that's the way it's going to be.
Oh.
Harry?
I didn't think you'd still be up, Jim.
Where are you going?
My little lady and I had a few words, that's all. Nothing for you to get upset about.
What did she do? Did she throw you out?
Something like that. I sure do thank you for your hospitality and all.
Wait a minute. I'll bet I can guess what the problem is. Was it George? She wants him to sleep at the foot of the bed? Worse?
Look, Jim, I love that little gal. I don't aim to get ugly with her.
Well, one cotton-picking minute, I'll get ugly with her.
No, I don't think so. Better I work this out myself. But thanks anyway.
Okay, George, that's enough. You go out and play with Albert.
Who's Albert?
His little pig friend. Aren't you afraid he's going to get dirty?
James.
Hmm?
Harry,
has left me.
Yes, I know.
He told you?
I saw him last night.
I guess it's all my fault. It's a new first for me. Admitting something's my fault.
Well, you know, Regina, I like Harry.
So do I. That's the thing. I love him. I mean, really this time. Oh, James. Why did you and I turn out so different? With the same parents, I mean.
Oh, I don't think we're all that different.
Oh, yes, we are. I'm selfish. You're disciplined. I require comfort. That's probably the last thing you ever think of. But I try. I really try, especially lately. Oh, James. What's the matter with me?
I'll tell you there's one thing you can do.
What?
Stop calling me James.
Oh.
I realized it was a long shot. Okay, goodbye. It's not there.
Well, we called Paris and my friends in Brussels and Geneva. Tulsa. Let's call Tulsa.
Regina, calling Tulsa is going to get us the same answers as we got from Brussels and Paris and all the rest. He's simply not there.
Norman, Oklahoma. That's where his parents live. Oh, if you're thinking of the expense, I mean, I'm most certainly going to pay for the call.
But Regina, you've got to face the fact. Harry has left you.
He didn't leave me. I sent him away.
Well, the results are the same. And it's not very practical calling all over the world trying to find him. Now, my suggestion is that, well, let time take care of some of this. Regina, why don't you let George go? I think he'd like to go out.
Let time take care of it. That's what you said?
Well, sure. He loves you. Pretty soon he'll be missing you, and you'll be hearing from him.
No. No, he won't come back. Do you know why? Because Harry is the first real man I ever married. James, I made up my mind.
Oh?
Yes, I'm going to enter a convent.
A convent?
Yes, with George.
Hold it right there, Regina. You're not entering any convent.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, it helps if you're Catholic.
Good old James. You know me better than anybody. All right, I won't enter a convent. But I go back to New York. Just George and I.
Regina, I can't stop you from going back to New York, but I can stop you from taking George.
No, you can't. It's my dog, remember? I only sent him away because Francois didn't like him. This condition no longer exists.
You're not putting that animal back in traffic.
James, I've just lost my husband. Don't try to take that dog away from me, too.
Walter, Harry has left Regina.
What took him so long?
That's beside the point. We gotta find him. Regina's gonna go back to New York, and she's gonna take George with her.
She can't do that.
Look, I don't want to get into a legal wrangle with my sister. All we have to do is find Harry. Say, wait a minute, who do you know at the airport?
Oh, everybody, just everybody.
No, I mean someone that might have some information as to when he left or could have seen him leave.
Uh-huh. Well, there's Fräulein Kerner. She knows everything. I know her very well, very well.
Yeah, all right. Yes, hello. I'd like to speak to Fräulein Kerner, please.
She's on the information desk.
On the information desk?
Lovely.
Oh, Fräulein Kerner, this is Jim Hunter. Yes. Walter Clark suggested that I call you Clark. C-L-A-R-K.
Uh-oh.
Well, anyway, I just wondered if you might have some information about a Mr. Harry Tucker, as he could have left, last night or even today.
Wally. You should have said Wally. Walter Clark is too formal. Hey, here he is. Hang up, hang up.
Thanks, just the same.
What? You should have said Wally.
Oh, come on. Harry, wait a minute.
Oh, come on, Jim. I haven't heard a word from Regina. No messages, no phone calls. I'm going home and I'll see.
She called. Oh, boy, she called Paris, Brussels, half of Europe. Harry, I think it's about time you and I had a little talk. Can I buy you a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure. Take these back in the hotel, yeah? Please.
Well, there's a little spot over here.
He should have said Wally.
You mean she really said all that? You're not funning me, are you, Jim?
No, no, no. Jim's not the funnin' type.
No, she really loves you, Harry. I've never seen her like this before.
What are we sitting here for? Let's get up and do something about
Just
it.
a minute, just a minute. I think there are a couple of things you should know first.
I never threw away your dog bed, you know. Dr. Newsom is giving you a shampoo twice a week. George! 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 George, come back here!
I understand what you're saying, but it's just that I've never talked ugly to a woman before.
Mister, you don't have to talk ugly, but just tell her off just a little bit.
It's not even that. It's just, well, being flexible. Don't put up with all this stuff that you know is foolish.
You really think she'd like that?
Mister, I knew a girl like Regina once, and I just told her off. I told her off. Come to think of it, I never saw her again.
Look, Harry, I can't give you an ironclad guarantee, but I know my sister pretty well. Why don't you give it a try, huh?
I don't know. Hey, isn't that George?
It's George.
George! George, come over here! George, come here. Come over here. Come here. Come on. Oh, boy, I see Regina's been at you again.
Regina put that ribbon in the big guy's hair?
She got it as toenails, too.
That doesn't. No wife of mine's gonna put a pink hair ribbon on a great animal like George. I'm going up there right now.
Come on, George.
I'm stuck with the check.
Yeah, well, congratulations. It couldn't be for a better cause.
Oh, I'm stuck with the check.
Regina, I've never talked ugly to a woman before in my life, because I think it's a very ugly thing to do. I love you, but did you put this pink ribbon on Jim's dog?
Why, yes.
Well, that's dumb. And from now on, I don't want you doing dumb things.
Oh!
And I don't want you raising your eyebrows to me like you just did. When you don't like something, tell me so.
Well, for one thing, I don't like to be told I do dumb things.
Well, that's too bad. Because every time you do something that doesn't make sense, I'm going to tell you so. And the same goes for you. Whenever I'm not too bright, tell me. Now, we got a deal? Regina, I asked you a question. Have we got a deal?
Oh, Harry!
Love you.
And so they lived happily ever after.
matter. George wishes to come in.
Yeah. So,
He has been playing with his little pig friend again. The pig is clean and George is filthy.
oh, can't you just clean his paws, Frau Gerber? I'll clean them up later. Now, dear Regina and Harry, just got your package with the Danish dog biscuits for George. Oh, boy. Frau Gerber was right. You are filthy. I'm sorry, Albert, but some dogs are just not nice and neat and clean like pigs. Well, George just walked in. He looks beautiful. Just the way a dog should look.
A thirsty dog, a sick brother-in-law, and hotel poison keep Topper's ghost guests busy minding baby on Topper. Tomorrow night at 10, Eastern and Pacific, here on YTV. Ahoo!